Hey, what's up? It's Ritzy Roy here. I want to make a follow-up video for our last one where we were talking about how to deal with waves and effectively get money from them. This video we're going to talk about what to do with that money. So you got all that gold and now you want to spend it. So when we first press P in our base to open a shop, you'll be greeted by the recommender. This is pretty good if you're new to the game because for the most part it'll guide you in a generally right spot to get a good build. Like we're making a build here. Sell these 2 starter items and boom, we have a smolder build. This build right here, this is common. You'll see smolders go something like this for the most part. It gives you all the stats that smolder likes. It gives you ability haste, critical strike chance, and attack damage. This is pretty good, pretty solid for smolder. This isn't going to be the build that will work in every single situation. You might want to increase the other stats based off the team you're going against. So before I go into different items to increase your stats, I'm actually going to show you what the stats do or try to explain them. So follow my cursor. We're going down to our stats tab down here. And let's run through these. So you have attack damage. This is going to be the physical orange damage that usually ADCs will do. ADCs and bruisers. There's ability power. This is going to be the purple bluish damage that mages will do. Malzahar, Morgana, stuff like that. This is armor. This is going to reduce the physical damage you take by a certain percentage. Right now we're at 30 armor, so it's by 23%. This is magic resist. It's the armor for magic. It'll reduce the amount of magic damage you take by a certain percent. Right now it's 24%. This is attack speed. This is how many times you can attack per second. Here is ability haste. This is going to be cooldown reduction. Critical strike chance. This is your chance to do a critical attack just like in any RPG you played, like Fallout or Skyrim or something like that. In League, I think critical strikes, I don't know the exact percentage to increase your damage by, but they do. After the last, the patch that happened not too long ago, critical strikes do significantly more damage, basically. Movement speed is just how fast you can move. If I press C, we see some more of the obscure stats. This one right here, health resource regeneration, it's your mana and HP regeneration. Not too many items change this, but it's cool to know what it does. Heal and shield power, this is going to be important for enchanters. This will increase how strong your heals and shields are. Lethality and armor penetration are complicated, but they're not too complicated. But all you need to know is they both affect this stat down here, armor. Armor penetration is going to reduce it by a percentage, while lethality is going to reduce it by a flat number. Armor penetration is more effective against people that have a lot of armor, tanks and stuff like that, tanks and bruisers, and lethality is going to be more effective against people that don't have a lot of armor. Like me, I'm Smolder and I only have like 30% armor. So if you were trying to kill poor old Smolder here, you'd actually grab the lethality, because if I get 20 lethality into Smolder, I'm going to knock this 30 down to a 10. He's going to take a lot of physical damage if I hit him with an assassin item. Over here is flat magic penetration and magic penetration. They're the same thing as armor and armor pen and lethality, just they do it for magic. The only difference is there aren't many items that you can get flat magic penetration from. Magic lethality is pretty rare in this game, so you're only going to be able to get magic penetration. Next is lifesteal. Lifesteal is the percentage of HP you'll get back for your auto attacks you do. And then Omnivamp is lifesteal, but for abilities. Your abilities will give you HP back. You'll heal from them. Here is attack range. This is the big blue circle you see around me that I'm from holding A. And tenacity. Tenacity is kind of complicated, but all you really need to know about it is that it will reduce the amount of time you're CC'd for. It's complicated because as this number goes up, it doesn't like, I guess, it's a weird way the math works. All you need to know is that if you get some tenacity, you're CC for less time, but don't stack too much of it because it doesn't work the way you would expect it to work. It doesn't work properly, I guess. It works as intended, but the way they intended it's kind of freaky. So that's the stats, all right? Let's go back to the item shop, but this time instead of looking at the recommender, I'm going to go to all items. So from here, you see these are all the tabs. Depending on the character you are playing, you typically want to go to a certain tab. If you were playing a tank, you would go here to the tank tab and you could build your stuff. If you're playing a mage, you would go here to the mage tab and build your stuff. And if you're playing an ADC like I'm playing, you go here to the ADC tab. We can look at some of the items real quick. I'm not going to go over all of them, there's a lot of items, but things like this will give you attack speed. They're pretty good if you're playing someone like Jinx who needs to throw out a lot of attacks at once. You also get critical strike chance. You'll see this down here. Jinx and most hyper carry ADCs are going to want critical strike chance, so you can pick this up in items. It's pretty good. This is an item that gives you lifesteal. BT is usually good if you need like a lot of sustain, or if you're into a lane that's poking you out a lot. This is armor penetration item. LDR and more reminder are typically going to be your two anti-tank options. LDR is stronger than more reminder because it has an extra passive and gives you more AD, but you don't get the anti-heal. So Mortar Reminder is stronger if you're into a healing tank, while LDR is stronger if you're just into a more basic tank. So like if you're fighting Swain, you need the Mortar Reminder. If you're fighting like Scion, or maybe try to think Scion, or someone that's not going to heal as much, I'd probably pick up LDR for that. These two items are probably going to go very often in ADC, so you're usually fighting someone that builds armor in the game, so get used to these. Right here, this is IE. If you have high critical effect chance or critical strike chance, just pick up IE. It increases the damage that crits do, so it's pretty good. So it also increases your critical strike chance. You see the 25 down there, and also once you crit, that crit will do even more damage. So it's kind of a no-brainer to pick it up if you have high crit chance. Like earlier, we were at 100% crit chance. With IE added on top of that, you're going to be doing a crazy amount of damage, like face melting amounts of damage with IE. So this is a cornerstone item for most ADCs. Most critical strike ADCs are going to want to go IE, so get used to this one. So these are the general things you're going to see a lot of the time. Mercurial Scimitar, Maul, and Wit's End are anti-mage items. Wit's End is going to be good if you're playing someone like Jinx or Vayne that's going to build a lot of attack speed. Not too bad. Maul is good if you're Ezreal, Smolder, I can't think of another one, but if you're Ezreal or Smolder or someone with high ability haste, Maul is a good idea. If you are fighting specifically Malzahar and Morgana, this item right here, Mercurial Scimitar, will save your life. It has absolute trash stats, to be honest with you, but the active is pretty good. It cleanses all active effects on it, like CC and stuff, so it's pretty worth it if you're into anyone that has a really long CC chain, like Malzahar, like I just mentioned. This is mainly the anti-Malzahar item, so if you're fighting Malzahar and he's R'ing you a lot, probably pick up Mercurial Scimitar, or at least pick up the active component from a Quicksilver Sash. This is a good item here too. But if you want the extra AD from it, then go Mercurial Scimitar. That's pretty much it for ADCs. Let's see. Let's redo what we did at the start of the game. We're gonna go back here and we're going to make a build. We're going to make a build for a mage composition. So let's assume we're fighting a bunch of mages. We're probably going to pick up something like Ionian Boots, Essence Reaver, Sojin, and now we're fighting mages, so here's where I would probably divert. I'd probably want to get something like Maul, since I'm Smolder, he likes his ability haste, and specifically if there's an extra Malzahar in the game, or like a Morgana, then this item wouldn't hurt. These two give you anti-magic, which is pretty good against mages. We hover the stat, you see I'm taking about half magical damage from all sources, so this would probably be the difference between life or death. So I probably want to pick this up and then finish off with whatever I want here. So if there's a tank in a lobby, then we probably just finish off with this, and it's gonna hurt too much. We have 50% crit chance, which isn't too bad, and we also have some we have armor penetration, so it's an all-around solid build. So you'd go something like that, not 100% that build, but like something like that wouldn't hurt if you're fighting a bunch of mages. if you're fighting tanks, like I said earlier, you're gonna need either LDR or Mortar Reminder. You're gonna really need these two items, tanks or bruisers. Alternatively, if you want to be a little bit tankier, some characters, Smolder including, can go Black Cleaver, but this isn't a bruiser tab. You don't usually mess around too much in the bruiser tab as an ADC unless you're getting stuff like Shojin and Black Cleaver. These are the only two items we're gonna worry about here as an ADC. Rare occasions, Smolder likes to, not rare occasions, some ADCs go Endless Hunger. It's mainly just the Smolder and Ezreal item if you're playing ADC. But yeah, these items are just, they're not too common. Just remember them for if you're fighting bruisers or tanks. Oh yeah, and Blade of the Ruined King. This is good on attack speed abusers like Vayne and stuff like that. But it's a more specialized item. Not a lot of ADCs are going to go this. Blade of the Ruined King gives you life speed, attacks, life steal, attack speed, and most importantly is going to be the passive. The passive will basically give you max health damage. Or excuse me, not max health damage, current health damage, my bad. Current health damage, it's pretty strong if you're against people that are stacking a lot of HP, like Dr. Mundo. Sion's another one that stacks HP, Cho'Gath, like characters like that, you'll grab this. If we're fighting a lot of squishy people and you want to one-shot the enemy, wouldn't it be a bad idea to maybe look into the Assassin tab? Hubris is sometimes an item you can pick up on Smolder because it gives you ability haste, which is an item he needs, and it gives you lethality. That's that flat armor penetration or flat armor reduction we were talking about. Typically as an ADC, you don't mess around in the Assassin tab too much because it's not your lane. You usually as ADCs will come here. And so on and so forth. If you're an assassin, you usually want to be in this tab, but sometimes assassins will come over to fighter because there's some fighter items that are good in assassins. If you're an enchanter, you're almost always in the support tab, but occasionally enchanters can come over to the mage tab. Just depends on your character. You know, you're pretty much always here if you're an enchanter. If you're like an engaged tank support, Nautilus, Braum, something like that, you'd probably come over to tank and support. Like, I know right now for engages, Vandal Pipes is a pretty good pickup because it's just a broken item. I don't know how to explain it. It's basically the best engage item in the game right now. Let's see. Whatever everything, and yeah, if you're a mage, no brainer, come to the mage tab. If you ask me personally, the mage tab has some of like the most broken items in the game, like Zhonya's Hourglass. The stats are pretty good, but the active is mainly what makes it busted. Which, oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. We talked about stats. Let me talk about actives and passives. I'm not gonna go over all of them, but I'll just look at a simple active and passive. So, Sharpshooter on Rapid Fire Poke Cannon is this item's passive. Most of these legendary items, like 99% of them, will have passives. It's going to be a special thing the item can do that you won't have to click it to physically make it do. Rapid Fire Poke Cannon, if you run around for a long time, will give you more attack range. An active will be Mercurial Scimitar. We just looked at that item earlier. If you press the button on your keyboard that corresponds to Mercurial Scimitar, you'll do the thing we just talked about, which was cleansing CC effects. That's actives and passives. And I think there is popular. This is just usually what they build on your character. All right, I hope that helps you understand the shop a bit more. It's kind of intimidating when you start the game out. There's a lot of things in the shop, but look for your core items. Usually if I'm playing Smolder, my core items will be these three. So look for your core items, and then from there you branch out and get the stats you need for the game. Usually make sure you're staying relatively within your tab, and if you're getting unique stats you need for the game, go to the different tab to get those stats. If you're looking for lethality, you're going to get that from the Assassin tab. If you're looking for durability and resistances, you're going to get that from the Tank tab. If you're looking for AP, you're going to get that from the Mage tab. Alright, good luck in your games, and good luck itemizing. This is Ritzy Roy signing out.